this is Georgia Spice, and I'm here to make sure you finish your year off on your content creative platforms with a bang and at the highest potential so that you'll be sorted for the quiet months after New Year. So, my last two videos, part one and part two, they kind of went over the things that you need to be covering in October. So, today I want to be telling you about what you want to finish off in November. So now we are in November and I'm going to run through some things that you want to have ticked off already. So that was how to create a profile and what makes it stand out, including your social media platforms and your content creator platforms. Then how to be you and find your people. So as I said about attraction marketing, just be you and you'll attract people with the same interest and vibe as you. And also how to not put potential customers off. But there's something else I'd like to add, which is stuff like how to cut to the chase and differentiate time wasters. A lot of creators say no DMs, I'll only reply once you subscribe, and only on them platforms, which is a good way to do it. Or for me, let's say I do video calls and they pop up asking for a video call. If they can't come through when it comes to paying, then I can just block them because I don't feel like they're serious. It's the same when I have my WhatsApp. I use that for video calls. So when I send them the menu, they say they want a call and they're nice and ready, but then they're not ready to send. So that's how you differentiate. If they're not willing to spend that first time, then like I know in the future they can come, but if they can just waste your time, then I feel like they're going to waste your time again. And I've not got time for that. I just say, I've only got space for serious callers, paid callers. So let me know, otherwise I'm going to need to remove you. So they know that you're not willing to put up with that shit. They got to rise up to the standard in your level. Because once you lower that standard, you're going to accept that lower quality and experiences. If they can't rise up to meet you, if they can't subscribe, or they're like, oh, can I see some content before I subscribe? Can I have a discount? It's my first time. No, people are going to just subscribe to my premium without even talking to me, and they're seeing it out for themselves for the first time. If they can level up to do that, then they're the people that I want. If you can't do that, then you're not ready to handle it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the attitude you want to be given. Also, how to not put potential customers off. So when I said in my other videos whether you're rebranding and you got new content that you want to put out there, and you're posting, you're promoting, what I noticed when I first started, I was just like, oh, here's my link, subscribe to my link. They don't care. You need to be showing your content, why they should subscribe, show you, because as I also mentioned, customers, fans buy into you, not just your content, because there's so many nudes out there or any other type of content out there. And as I said, it's a saturated market. Why should they choose you? So they want to fall in love with you and the person that you are, and then they want to invest in you. I know some people will subscribe without even seeing your socials, which is amazing as well, which is also good to have a free account. But you can't just be putting, subscribe, this is my link, or here's a discount every other week. I feel like I keep my subscription price and I'll only put a discount on the occasional seasons, so they know that it's not always going to be available to them, and they gotta be in quick. So like I said, when I first started, I was just posting links and a picture, but then now I do more attraction marketing, which I show them that other people are subscribing, people are loving my content. Here are some reviews. If you want to join in on this, then do another story afterwards, like, here's my link if you're ready to level it. So don't just give one story and blank, subscribe. They're just going to flip right past it. Kind of put something that's going to keep them watching, and then the next one will be like, oh, link in bio, and they'll be like, well, you've got some credible stuff there, let me check it out. You see how it's a different approach? And that is also how to attract subscribers at higher standards, which relates back to what I mentioned earlier about you know, you can sit there all day and someone's going to message you saying, oh, I will subscribe, but can I ask you these questions first? How many fucking questions? No. Get on my free so you can familiarise yourself with the platform. So you're not just going into a random platform, making it an email, not knowing how to use it. So that's why I do recommend a free account. So if they've already got it, they already know how to use it and what it's about and what it looks like and the features of it. So they'll feel more comfortable to just subscribing to your premium because they're more used to it and comfortable with it. So it's November now, month 2, which means we've got our profiles ready, we've got our attitude ready. Now we need to do the next steps. So what content to post and comfortability. That also relates to part 1 and part 2 that I did, saying make sure you know after if you've done the first month and you're thinking, oh, maybe I don't want to do them levels, or maybe I like them content that I've done, so I want to carry on that instead of that other thing that I posted. And depending on what worked and what didn't work as well, if you feel like fans commented and engaged with a certain type of content, then you want to carry that on. So continue seeing what goes, what you liked and what you're comfortable with. So you can always, this is your time where you've tested it in October and November, you can either continue or switch up your levels and make sure you're keeping it related to you, related to your ethics, your values and your career choices and how you want to be perceived and looked at. So keep that content going, keep making more. How much content to post a day, week, month. I recommend not posting every day because fans who come online, although we think they're on every day, it can overwhelm them. Sometimes I get fans that come on every few days, and if they come on and they just got loads, we're going to be getting way more for the money. Like, they already are going to get value for money, 100% and more, but give yourself a rest. Post. I like to post every 2 days, or if I've got like a long video, I might wait and then do 2 pictures after the 2 days. Or if I've done like 2 videos, 2 like short ones, then I'll post an even better picture in the 2 days time. So I like to keep it balanced. Maybe if I did like something that wasn't that strong, then I might post something that night after, so they're not waiting for so long thinking, oh, that wasn't that great, when's a better one coming in. So I will put that the next day if I feel like I'm going to put 2 to make a stronger one. But if there's already got a strong content post on there, just wait 2-3 days. And in them 2-3 days, you can write status. So what I was doing is just posting content. Yeah, great, they can see that. And they're waiting every 2 days for that. Well, they're not waiting because when they come on, it's going to be there and they've got loads to scroll through. Do you know what I mean? So if you are just starting your profile, make sure you do have like 100, 300, 500 on there. Like I said, just scheduling it 2-3 weeks every few days so you've got the stuff on there, which I talk about in my part 1 and part 2 video, especially in all the info is on my part 2 video where I explain from start to finish what you want to do. And yeah, like I said, they're going to see it. You can post a status to see how everyone's getting on, see, oh, did you like my last post? Or if you've got something better coming, be like, oh my god, I just took this, I can't wait to show you. Sometimes if my shoot photos aren't ready, like what I'm gonna do tonight is like post screenshots of it and be like, I can't wait to get these pictures back and show you the new content I took. You know, so instead of them just waiting every 2 days for content or 3 days, at least you write in as well, so it's more personal. You feel like you're speaking to them. Like I said, I use it as my diary. Yeah, it's like a picture diary, like a photo book, but Seeing them statuses once every few days as well will make you feel like you're talking to them, which I do feel like is important. So sometimes when I've just posted a lot of content, I'm like, actually, let me just write a message. I'll message them back and I'll write a status. To do this scheduling, it will keep you organized and not overload yourself, because like I said, like I explained in the other video, I was overwhelming myself. I was like, what am I going to post today? And then I forget and I'm like, shit, I'm not posting. And then you're like, oh, I need to do this content, and you're taking loads. Like my Halloween content now, I've had so many, and I'm like, overwhelming. Let's just post it from the start, one by one, and get through them. So to keep an open mindset, self-belief, know your worth and how to value your work, being honest with yourself and your work are going to be my last 3 points that I'm going to like merge into one that you want to smash out for November. So I would really put this at the beginning of everything I just said, because there were more like tasks, but they were similarly relating to October and just recapping them for you. So now what I want you to do is look back on your work, look back on what you've been doing. So don't overwhelm yourself, have an open and good mindset. Know why you're doing it, make sure you're happy with what you're doing, and believe you can do it. Because when I did first start my OnlyFans, I was just like posting every day, messaging, but I started getting into law of attraction, and I would be like, I am going to make this much a month. My content is that good. I deserve the fans, and I deserve tips. I deserve all the subscriptions. And I would sit there and I'd spend like maybe an hour a day. I'd go back and get back to my messages, make customs, make sure I was there for them. And I was like, I'm worthy of more money. And I was receiving more money. I was receiving £1,000 guaranteed a month. And it started from like 500. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get up to 1,000. Started making 600. This is all like manifesting, yeah. And I did like 800 and I was like, shit. And then I was making 1,000. And then I made a decision to like switch my platforms, which having a breakdown, which I might still be doing now, like from the OnlyFans to other subscription-based platforms. So then I'd stopped working on it for a while and then it went down. But the important lesson there was that I was believing in the work I was doing and the value I was bringing to my fans, and I was enjoying it. I was enjoying spending that time with them, providing my service. I was like, exceptional. This is premium standard service. So I was receiving the money for it and I feel good. So know your worth and how to value your work. But you also need to be honest with yourself and your work. So if you're not on that point, like I said, it might be 2 months in, or refreshing your profiles if you've been doing it for a while. So smashing out the first month and the second month, make sure your pricing strategy and your content is valuable. So when I started, like I said, started on like $5 a month, $8, $10, and I was scared. As soon as I posted my explicit photos, like at first I was selling them for like $40 because I was scared to put that out there. I was like, this is extra, you know, for me to even send this. And I understand everyone's fear about it, you know, especially posting private parts and sending it to someone. So I was like, $40, like, don't talk to me. But now, and yeah, so I put my monthly subscription to like $16 a month. For someone who just started a few months in, got like 100 photos, $16 a month, it can be done. But the photos I was uploading, because I started from lingerie, slowly topless, it was like, yeah, topless and glamour, and it wasn't, and then I was just selling pussy photos separately on PPV until I would add it on until I felt comfortable to add it on my page. So 16 a month, and they're not even seeing anything down there. So people did subscribe to that. My people who had subscribed from the first months were actually subscribing to that $16. I could have kept it, but I didn't feel right in me after that, because obviously I put it higher because I was afraid. I was like, people are going to see this explicit content. They need to at least be paying this much. But as I got more comfortable with it and more normalised with it, and I would post it on my page, and I was like looking at other creators' subscriptions, they're posting videos, porno videos, for like under $10 a month. And I was like, right, I mean, that's okay, and I can still keep it higher, which I am now, but I just think I want to make sure they are going to keep subscribing to me and they are going to get the value. So I had to take a step back, and I was like, you know what? I actually feel bad. It's not going to be $16. I'm going to put it back down to 10 at least. I was like, if anyone's subscribing, they should at least be spending $10. So you have to be honest with yourself and be like, is my content? And back then I wasn't even replying. I was replying like every other day or a week. I was always getting high, and I wouldn't be asked to do that. I was too tired and want to eat and go to bed. So I was using it as a side thing, and having it as a side thing and putting it over $10 a month is a bit crazy. So as I started getting into it, I put it lower, and I'm upgrading my content. I'd be upgrading my communication, and I was happy for them to pay $10, and that was fine. I kept that for the whole year, and then the following year I did like $12.50, because 1,000 more content has been added since then. Do you know what I mean? So even like now, I feel like they've got lows to go down to, so even in a month it's still good enough. So when you know in yourself that you're providing enough, then you can increase your pricing. So start with what you feel like your content is worth now, on the time that you can put into it. If you feel like you can't put the time into it or reply to them, then don't start robbing them. Just start at a fair price for the both of you, so it's mutual and beneficial to both. So after the $12.50, everyone loved that price. I feel like everyone was subscribing to that. So I was a bit nervous when I put it to like $13.20. I was gonna go to $13.50, so an extra dollar up. I'll put it to $13.20 to kind of be like, it is increasing, but it's still fair game. And then that was for a whole year. No, before the year, I think it was like 6 months, I did it to $13.50. And then this year I've had it, I think from New Year, I had it as $14.99, because for me, it's not just about putting the prices up, but for me, I'm doing it from experience of relating it to, I do video calls. If someone can pay, at the time I was doing 10 minutes on video call for £16. So if for £16 you can have a one-time play, for example, or whatever your content's going to be, then for them to see my content all month and have numerous, unlimited amount of enjoyment, damn right they can pay $14.99. So that came to my values and my beliefs from my experiences that I feel is required and should be done. So now I don't want to go lower, because I'm like, if people can pay £16 for 10 minutes on a video call, then there's no excuses. So I'm bringing that mindset and that way of working into my OnlyFans, because if someone can pay that for 10 minutes, and they can see all that content for 30 days, 31 days, multiple times a day, then they can pay a higher subscription, which is going to align with my video calls. I mean, now my video calls are £20 for 10 minutes. So the same goes But as you're increasing your subscription prices, you can send a nice message out. I like to tell them why. I don't just surprise them with higher, like going from a tenner to 15. I'm like, I put a slight increase because there's another bunch of photos, you know, I'm providing more value now. Let's say I've got my boobs now, investing, and I even put, is this price for a video call for one time play? So it's going to be this much for a month, you know, and that's still less than a 10-minute call back then. $14.99, translating it to English money is going to be about 12 pound, and that's still cheaper than when people were paying me direct £16 for 10 minutes. So I mean, obviously now it's £20, but I don't think I'm going to raise the prices now because I'm considering a shift in my content and I'm going to be lowering my levels. So now that I'm going to be lowering my levels, I'll either keep it like this for a bit or slightly decrease it. But if I'm going to be posting just lingerie and glamour, I mean, people are still charging $14.99, so it's just a thing you gotta learn and figure out yourself what works, what doesn't work. I know my friend, she says hers is also $14.99. She made it recently, and she says she just posts lingerie pics, and anything she sells extra is extra. So I could take that as a lesson that I can keep it the way it is, or I will feel like if I swipe all the explicit content off and just have glamour pictures, then I may put it lower. So you gotta make sure it fits in with you and your beliefs, your work ethics, and you want people to come back. You want your fans to trust you. So to do that, you know, would you want to pay for something if you don't know if you're gonna get the value for it or what you're gonna get out of it? Or, you know, like so Netflix was like this much and it's increased. Why is it increased? But if you can tell them why you know, why it's more premium now, then they're happy to pay more. I've got all my subscribers coming back for this $14.99. I was a bit afraid at first, but you know, you gotta take a moment and be like, no, anyone who wants access to me is gonna pay that. And I told you the reason why before. So I'll put a nice message out so whoever's ready to level up will be ready. And I forgot what I was gonna say now. Yeah, I was afraid at first. I felt like it was a bit quiet. I was getting a few in and outs, and then the past few months, everyone's been coming on it, and it made me believe like, what was I afraid of? You can put your prices that align with you. So if you feel good, they're gonna feel good. They're gonna feel trusted. Like I said, you don't wanna. Why should I buy that lipstick for £20 when I've got this one for a tenner? Well, this lipstick's gonna stay on forever. This lipstick doesn't smudge and it's got a nice matte finish. This one's a tenner, but it's gonna rub off and leave smudges everywhere. Or, even better example, they are both the same quality. Saturated market, they're both giving. Let's say someone's uploading mad explicit videos, they're uploading mad explicit videos. Theirs is for a tenner, theirs is 15. Why should they choose you? And I explained that in the part 2 video that I did as well. You know, as long as it's the way you market yourself, it doesn't matter what you've got on your page at the start, because I could have the best content out there and people with shittier content are getting more fans and more money than me. But it's not because they got better content or, you know, I've got worse content. So it's not that you have got shit content. You have got good content, or you know what you bring to the table. You know that you can reply to the fans nice. I love speaking to my fans and I like getting into it with them. I like them sending me pics. I like them getting involved in a way to express themselves. But if I'm not marketing myself people don't know I exist, then they're never going to see that. I always remember something that I learned in uni, like, you can have the best event ever, but if no one knows about it, no one's going to get tickets to come see it. So, like I said, someone is there doing worse than you. I don't want to say like that. You have the potential to do better than someone else now who is doing better than you right now. So that should be motivation to, like, if they can do it, I can do it. You just need more people to find you, know who you are. So that's when you want to flaunt yourself and be like, this is what I bring, attraction marketing all over again. So I want you to, so November's job is to recap October, see what's worked, pick a few things, carry on the content, make sure your pricing strategy is right and you're giving the value for that money. And yeah, I hope you've learned something from what I've been telling you from my experiences. And then next month is going to be a nice heavy learning month. So this is just prepping you. December we're going to go full force because these 3 months are the best 3 months. You want to get it all in, you know. These are the best 3 months of the year. Even people in summer, I always thought summer was a good time. No, people are on holiday, they're all busy. You know, I mean, people still subscribe on holiday and do calls on holiday, but they're going to be like your people. But the majority want to make sure you're getting the attention in October. People thinking, okay, might not subscribe yet. They'll see that you keep going in November. They'll be like, oh, she's carrying on this. You know, it's not just a one-time thing. She's actually working on it. So the people that you don't know that are looking and they are paying attention. So whatever you're selling, they might not buy now, but they could buy. So keep your followers looking and engaging. Month 2, you're showing that you've learned from the experience, you're doing it even bigger and better, staying on top of it. And then month 3, I'll tell you on the next video everything you want to be covering in month 3, because there's going to be Christmas time, everyone's got the money now. It's going to be by December, you've got everything already built up and you've got that mindset right and the value, and your whole outlook on it will be a bit more practiced and you can practice what you preach. So like I said, that's why this is for beginners and people who have already started, because any beginners that have been thinking like, oh, I want to make an OnlyFans, or I want to be on a subscription based platform, but you know, I don't know where to start, I've not got an audience, this and that, and they make excuses. Well, I'm telling you everything you need to do, which is on the first part 1, and the part 2 explains it from top to finish. This is a recap, so if we can just work together, girl, supporting each other, then you don't want to feel alone. You know, I did everything alone, but I want to be here to like give you that advice that you can start. So once you've done this month 1 and month 2, you've also familiarized yourself with the platform. So you want to know the platform that you're on before the fans know. It's like anything that you do in life. Starting a new job, you learn how to drive. You have to start and then get used to it, and then you become professional at it. So you can't just give up. Oh, I started 2 weeks and I got no subscribers. This is why I think mindset should have been at the start, but that's why I said, like, think about, you know, write down, think about what you want to do. So this is month 2, you're still in the game, you still want to carry on progressing, then make sure you've got that open mindset and self-belief that you want to do this and you know why you're doing this. And you believe in what you're doing and your work, and then people will believe in you too. So when you believe in yourself, other people will be attracted to that. They don't want to see you complaining, they don't want to see you like, it's okay to ask for help. And that's the thing, ask for help. But don't be like, oh, this fan's doing that, or why are you doing that? Don't bitch. Like, it's like anything. It's like, for example, Doja Cat. She was like, oh, I hate my fans, and everyone's like, freaking hell, we're not gonna buy shit. But she had a good song, so people bought shit. But she kind of got unvalidated by her fans and unloved by most of her fans because she wasn't showing that gratitude to them. She wasn't responding to them. She wasn't saying thank you to the fans. She was just like, oh, F off. Oh, I don't like you anyway. So think about your fans as your people. Like for me personally, anyone who's subscribing, anyone who's paying for a call has all of my time. I don't have time for anyone else out there. I've not got time. I'm working, and the people that are supporting me in my lifestyle, my work, are the people I've got time for. So make sure you understand that. Like, I feel like it's the same at the club. You know, girls be bitching about the guys at the club. Oh, we only got half an hour. Fuck off. He spent £160 on you. Appreciate what he's done and the amount he spent. Sometimes, you know, it's annoying. They can spend one song on you and then 15, half an hour on someone else. But you gotta sit back and be like, it's okay. I accept it. They at least spent something on me and they are contributing towards that, you know? So surround everything with love and show your fans you appreciate them and show. That's why I always post like, thank you for subscribing, guys. It's gonna be a big one. And I let them know that I appreciate them. So that's a full recap that you really want to think about in month 1 and month 2. And then once you got that sorted, December is going to be the actual tools that you need to keep. Now you're getting everyone on your page. This is going to keep everyone on your page spending money. So subscribe and look out for month 3 because you can start having some Christmas celebrations after you've succeeded this year. New year, you're going to be left on a high, do you know what I mean? But yeah, thank you for watching. I wanted this to be a quick recap. I did a video the other day and the lighting was really bad, so I've redone it, but that one was only like 10 minutes long and now this one's like half an hour. So yeah, I'm going to get editing that and posting it for you because it's nearly mid-November now. So no excuses, you can get this done in the next 2 weeks. I'll see you back in December.